Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're still working on the body kit here. So in yesterday's video I got the two side fenders mocked up with some of the brackets, and I'm going to finish that. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of that done today. It's more time consuming than it looks, but also going to get a couple other things ready. I was talking to Ryan and Derek out at Paintworks, and the car is going to them on Saturday. So a couple days the car will be going out to them. So now I've got to really hustle and get that body kit mocked up the way I want, so that it's ready for them. And then I'll be taking it out there. We decided what we're going to do is we're going to take the car out to them, so they can finish up the fenders that I didn't want to finish because bodywork sucks. So they got to finish up those fenders. Then he's going to throw a coat of primer on it. But I also think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the two quarters, maybe the side skirts, and the doors out to Paintworks, and we're going to mock them up out there, so we can do any sanding, anything we need to do. Plus those guys have all the tools and everything we need to bond the body panels right to the car. So we're going to take that stuff out there. I'll still, make a video and show you guys the process every day and kind of how we're doing it out there. But really excited. They cleaned up their schedule a little bit for us. I know they're busy, but they know that we want to get working on this. So we're going to take it out there Saturday. They're going to start on it. And also the powder coating stuff, they're just finishing that up. So we should be getting that back in a couple days, which means I can start assembling the rear sub-assembly. I'm still waiting on the oil pump for the 2J. I ordered a performance oil pump, just stock oil pump, just with a little bit of grinding and machining in some of the tight areas where the oil flows. It's supposed to up 10 or 15 psi. That I also have to get this here pan tidied up, so I need to get this all brushed off and painted up like this pan, so that I can put it on. I haven't really been in a rush to get that done because the oil pump's not here and I need the oil pump to put that on. But I'd like to, obviously, for those of you that follow the channel, motor work is more my forte, the mechanical side of things. I love building engines, so getting back on the 2J, I'm looking forward to that just because I want to get it done. I've got a pile of parts here. And then I also need to clean up my workbenches. Are starting to get piled up with Supra parts. There's Supra parts on every bench that I have. So I might get the body kit, finish that up today, make a little bit more of a mess with the fiberglass. Maybe I'll get to that pan. I'm not too sure. I got to get that pan done. Then I do need to kind of tidy stuff up and organize stuff up again here. But yeah, for today, like I said, we're just going to keep working on the body kit. Hopefully I can get the rest of the bolts, the front bumpers to the side skirts and that kind of thing. I'm going to start. I have to now take, I shouldn't have left it like that all night. You can see I left it, it was just sitting up. I should have probably supported it instead of having it sit like that. But like I said, this is nice and strong. So I'm going to start by taking that off, because I'm going to start right there. And then hopefully I can get around and get the front bumpers on to the fenders and to the front, I apologize. Get the front fenders onto the side skirts and onto the front bumper and get that all mocked up. And yeah, should be good. Probably another long day at it, because like I said, it's not the fastest process, but we're going to see what we can get done. Alright guys, so I've got this side on, and not super happy with it. It's not bolted on yet, not doing the brackets, but if you look here, this arch is exactly the way it should be. It's all lining up nice. But I've got a couple different problems. First one, if you guys can see that, see how that bulge is out there? That's all got to be sanded out. You can see this line comes up across here, and then I lose it right about here. I completely lose that line that goes into this one here, and it's because this here is messed up on the bumper, and I didn't realize it until I put this fender on just how off it is. But you can see I'm gonna have to sand. I'm gonna have to get like a cheese grater in there and sand all that out, and then recreate this line so that it lines up with the fender. Also, I don't know if you can see, but this, without the black, it looks like there's an air pocket there. So I don't know if we're going to sand that out. If we're going to have to sand that out and put a filler in there, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with that. But this is really ugly. You can see, like, I don't know if they did a repair or something, but this all has to come out. All that's got to be sanded down. And then up the front, this doesn't fit as nicely as the other side. So again, the back side is done nice. Same thing, very gaudy. They've got like a whole load of putty on it, so this is gonna have to be sanded a lot here and here. And then this rounded edge, like I'm gonna have to sharpen that up so that when I come down here, this seam is all one seam and it's nice. So I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do some heavy sanding here, and then you know, do a skim coat here and kind of run it all down so that it lines up. But yeah, this fender isn't fitting real well. It's kind of upsetting because I mean the rest of the body kit sits real well. And then also here, so you can see this isn't lined up yet. I haven't lined that up, but the reason is you can see when I line this up, when I push that in, that end bends out. So once I bend that end out, I pull that out and I pull this in, this should be a little bit better lined up. So you can see up there when I pull this out, if I pull this out like this, that front end lines up quite a bit better. So, but I'm going to keep going on it, and I'm going to see if once I bolt it down and I get the plates and everything made, if it looks a little bit, if it looks a little nicer and fits a little bit better. All right, so I got it put together. All the brackets are working nice. Those doors are just sitting there, like those aren't, I just set them in there just to see if everything was gonna line up. And I mean, the door jambs aren't right yet or whatever, but you can see that that line does come down nice right into the skirt the way it's supposed to. Everything is just, right, real nice clean lines. Everything fit together nicely. I'm starting to realize as I play with it more, this carbon fiber is really gonna pop once the car's done and painted. But to the troublesome part, these front fenders are junk. I shouldn't say the front fenders, either the front fenders or the bumper, but something doesn't line up right. Like I said, I showed you guys when I had it mocked up and just clamped. So this side here, you can see down here, like all of this has to come out. And again, I mentioned it before, but that line disappears there. This turns into like a blob. I don't know if there's extra filler there. So that's gonna have to be fixed. And then up here on the front, there's a bit of a lip. You can see it overhangs quite a bit there. So I might put a little bit of filler in here, just a slight, and sand some of that down a little bit. Make sure all that's nice. But I wanna make sure that these lines, so you can see this line comes down, kind of bends a little bit there at the end. So I'm gonna sand this side off, and then I'll sharpen that up again, and we'll make sure all of these edges are nice and clean. Up the front, so this one here lines up great. Super smooth, both sides. I mean, I can adjust that a little bit. I have to drill the hole just a touch bigger. So that one there lines up good. This one over here doesn't line up good at all. And I've been playing around with it. So this one's gonna be a little bit of a trouble. And then when you come around to here, same thing. So you can see that this, so I don't know why it's not focusing here, guys. There you go. So you can see that corner is missing there. So I'm gonna have to fill that in and sand it all out. And then the same thing here, it gets kind of rounded down here at the edge and right there. I really want to make sure all the edges are nice and crisp and clean. But then, air bubbles, guys. So there's a chip in the fiberglass. It's gonna have to be filled in because there was an air bubble in there. Right here you can see I've got it marked out because this, the same as the other side, doesn't sit right. So you can see here I've got that curve nice. That curve there does go down and line up, but it sits off a little bit. It's gonna need some sanding and some finishing touches there. And then down here, there's another air bubble right there. So that a little air bubble chipped out. So there's a little bit of work to be done on it, but overall, the seams are nice and tight. That's actually a lot tighter than it looks. It's a shadow. Nice and tight all the way along. And yeah, I'm definitely happy with the way the brackets came out. Let me see if I can walk over this without tripping and falling on my face. So you can see the brackets, right? All the brackets all the way along. Same thing over here, brackets, and you can see I made the brackets as big as I could for each one of them, just because I wanted to spread that weight out. But all in all, I'm really happy with the way it's gonna look. And I'm telling you guys, I know some of you guys, I get comments, some people like the stock body kit, some people like the aftermarket body kit. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys voted on it, so I'm happy saying that you guys voted on it and it is what it is. This is what we voted on. But let me tell you, as I'm playing with it and it's coming together, like, this thing is gonna look gnarly when it's done. We get some paint on there, get the grills in, you know, the hood, the back trunk, get the A-pillars. Like, when this thing is all together and it's got a 22-inch rim at the back with a -38 offset, which is a huge dish, like, I think the car is just gonna look unreal. Really, really cool car, guys. You guys definitely chose a good one. So anyway, today I'm gonna end the video there because I got it done again. It's taking me a few hours. It takes some playing around, especially the front fenders. They didn't line up great, but I mean, a little bit of work, a little bit of sanding. We're gonna get them into place. We're gonna make sure that everything is sharp and clean and everything fits correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there for today, guys. For those of you new to the channel, we're building a 4509 Veilside Supra. This is the body kit I'm just mocking up with some brackets. It's going on that 97 Toyota Supra, and when the car is done, we will be giving it away to one lucky subscriber. So everything that gets done to the car gets voted on. You tell us how you want to do it. We vote on it. Don't forget to go vote. The vote is up right now for the rear end, and we'll see you in the next video.